as soon as you get your microscope, it's just the beginning. So I like to represent as this iceberg, and probably most of you already saw this for like different perspectives. But getting the microscope is only the top. So you can get the microscope through grants. You can have your lab design and pay your staff also through different financial resources. But what happens in here is the thing that usually we don't take in consideration. So all of the user base and trainings to get enough users to keep using your resources, plus all the lab supplies, gases that you might need, and unfortunately damaged equipment that commonly happens, and all the IT related resources such as storage, workstations that will provide the scientific outcomes of all the data sets that we collect. Another important key factor is the power and water stability, such as using UPSs and planning for keeping the microscope running as most as we can, ideally 24/7. We also need to plan for upgrades and obviously paying for the service contract and all of the unexpected issues that happens. For someone that runs a EM facility might know, it's pretty much these every day. So you need to learn how to replace your tire with your current movement, because you need to optimize and have the most of the outcomes from your facility. So as I said, the top part of this iceberg comes from grants and institutional funds, but sometimes most of the facilities are recharge-based facilities. So we need to find a way to survive and pay for all of these other things that happens and are inherent to this field that are not taken into consideration once we write a grant. It is important to have the cost efficiency taking place, but each facility is unique, which means if we look at a paper that designs a facility that we're going to run 24/7, it is really, really special and particular for that unit, that you can take some ideas, but you need to make this more adequate for your own. And there are several factors for that. So taking this general image showing you sample preparation, data collection, and data processing, we need to find a way to be more specific and be very, very cost efficient once we're talking about data transferring, for example, or even sample preparation, data collection, the way that we're going to do the data processing and data transfer for your users. And always keep in mind that the microscope is not only for single particle, which the majority will think about it. A single microscope can actually do different types of data collection. Single particle analysis, Cryo-EM, that can be pushed to subatomic averaging, and microelectron diffraction, or 3D. Having that in mind, you can shape your business and try to find the business market that your facility will be suitable for, and try to extract the maximum of your equipment and your setup. The ultimate goals, as for example, a recharge facility, we were talking about how we're going to get the metrics of the successful operational facility based on 3 different pillars. So if we think scientific, revenue, and educational facilities, such as UCSC Cryo-EM facility located at the University of California, which means we need to think out the revenue because we are a recharge-based facility and also provide educational more than also only scientific outcomes. We are sitting right over here in between these 3 pillars. If we think about the scientific outcomes, they're easy because it's what we produce every day. So data sets that it will turn into structures, those into publications, and these publications are able to secure grants and patents, and then we make the wheel spin. Once we look at the outcomes from the educational perspective, we're talking about growing our user base, how good our users get trained, all the knowledge that they host, and their career projection. So where they're going, the job they're having, and if we actually train them as a very good EM users. And the resource outcomes, as I mentioned before, it is important to also attract more external users, such as companies, to keep the recharge values and pay our operational costs. And if everything goes well, secure funds for future upgrades.